Here's one for you. When we're in a relationship, we are often asked, hey, can you give me more of this? Hey, can you do this for me? Hey, can you be more emotional? Hey, can you be more sexual? Hey, can you be more attentive to my needs? Hey, can you be more empathetic and compassionate? Whatever it may be, our partners are going to ask us for something more. Here's the interesting thing. More often than not, what they are actually asking of us is good for us before we even met them, before they came into our lives. Let me give you a very real example, but before I do, let me talk about giving and receiving. You see, we are very calculated beasts, right? If we are giving too much, we feel at deficit. If we're receiving too much, sometimes we can feel overwhelmed. There needs to be this balance of giving and receiving. And in relationships, we sometimes think and feel that we are giving too much. But here's a perspective switch for us. Say you're in a relationship, I'm going to give you an example. Say you're in a relationship and your partner is asking you to be more emotionally expressive, to be more proactive with sharing what you're thinking and what you're feeling, what's on your heart, what's on your mind, just things that bother you, things that don't, just communicate more, right? Now, that may aggravate you and push you to your edge and you think, well, I just don't communicate. I'm not an emotional person. I don't really share myself. Or, hey, don't you think I already communicate enough? Now, if you go a little bit deeper, what we may find is that person is being asked to be more emotive or communicate a little more or be more present or whatever. That's their quote-unquote wounding or one of their wounds. In other words, to help them feel more whole and to help heal those parts of them that have been wounded in the past, if they were to communicate more, if they were to be more emotional, it actually may help them feel better about themselves. It may help them connect more to their truth and to who they are. Maybe as a child, they were shut down in their communication. So one of their coping or protective strategies was to literally just shut down and not be seen. Now, think about the effect that has on them in the world. They don't take risks, they don't put themselves forward, they don't believe in themselves, they have low self-worth. And so this partner comes into their lives and asks, hey, I would like you to be more proactive in the way you communicate. They are pushing them to their edge and asking them to do something that, yes, is difficult, yes, is challenging, but also, yes, is healing. And so when we heal these parts of ourselves that we avoid, that we run from, firstly, that's telling us something about what that means for us. But secondly, it helps us feel more connected, less agitated in the world, more safe, right? Now, let's use another example. Your partner asks you to be more sexual, to be more connected, to maybe move in a different way, to be more sexually connected to your own body, to be more involved in sexual interaction and intimacy. And maybe that's an edge for you. Maybe that's something that's really painful or difficult, literally physically painful, or it's just difficult to be seen in that way. Well, what happens is if you lean into that, if you maybe hire a coach or see a therapist or see someone that can help you with that also and ask, why is it that there's a frigidity there, or why is it that there's a difficulty in expressing yourself sexually? And maybe you find that as you begin to meet this request of your partner, that you become more liberated, you become more self-expressive, you become more connected to your own body. You start being more in tune with what's important to you, right? Like what's important in your body. You start to appreciate it and love your body more. There's this self-honoring that takes place. And so this thing of being disconnected from your body when you were younger, maybe, where maybe you were teased or bullied for your weight or for your appearance or whatever capacity, and your partner's asking you to be more physically and sexually expressive, is actually really beneficial for you. And it's bringing out a part of you that you've repressed as a young person, that you've been repressing all your life, and that's really been challenging for you. And so often when our partners are asking us something of us and we think we're giving, we're actually giving to ourselves. And in choosing to give to them, if it is in alignment with you, and if it's okay that pushes your edge, but it's got to be authentic for you. And if you can dig deep and really discover that through your own self-awareness practices, and you realize that, yeah, this is real for me, you're also giving to yourself. And that, my friends, is fucking cool. And that is the power of intimate relationships. Power and blessings to you. I'll see you soon.